Hi folks, we are Sophie and Philippe, two professional chefs and regenerative farmers. Currently, we're setting up our second regenerative farm in central Portugal, where we grow food for our local community and share our knowledge both on the land and in the kitchen. On this channel, we take you along on the farm's development and we show you how we grow, cook and preserve nutrient-dense, regeneratively grown, delicious food. In a time where the food we're eating is literally killing us, the most powerful and impactful action one could take is to consume nutrient-dense, regeneratively grown, clean food. Let's grow it, let's cook it, let's do it. Hi folks, in today's episode we are going to cover the notoriously either well-loved or well-hated herb coriander, aka cilantro. If you love cilantro, we've got you covered because in this episode we're going to show you how to preserve it so you are able to enjoy it even longer. I'm going to show you 3 different recipes that you can get rid of an excess. So if you have it in bulk, this is a really great video for you. Or if you have some that is starting, to look a little sad and you don't want to lose its delicious flavor, then try one of these recipes so that you can enjoy it for the weeks to come. Ah! Before we get into the recipes, let's talk about some of the most common questions I get concerning fresh coriander. How do you stop it from wilting? That's probably the most common question that I get, and the answer to that is treat it like a bunch of flowers, guys. Just pop it in some water and put it on your counter. Make sure that it gets a little bit of sunlight, because that will make it survive for at least another week, depending on how old it was when you got it. Another little trick is maybe to cut off the ends if they look a little bit wilted. That way they will be able to absorb the water even better. The second question is if I should wash and dry it before storing. Now, storing coriander, as I just explained, is best done in a vase as a bunch of flowers. So absolutely not. Don't wash and dry your coriander before storing, but do wash and dry it just before using. Unfortunately, if you leave it too damp, it will start to wilt even faster and rot even, get a little slimy. So don't do that. Just wait until you're about to use it and then wash and dry if necessary. Question number 3, which is always a little surprising, is how do I know if my coriander is still good to use? Well, I always like to say just trust your senses. If it smells bad and it looks yucky in terms of slimy or something, definitely throw it away. If the leaves are still green but just a little bit wilted, it's perfectly fine to eat. If they're starting to turn yellow, they aren't in any way hazardous, but they will have lost a lot of their flavor, so that's also a time to bin them. Another not so common question, but definitely something worth noting, is that you can actually use the entirety of this plant. Both the leaves, the stems, as well as the roots, which we'll be doing in this recipe. All right, let's go. Let's make our very first recipe, which is a fresh coriander and lemongrass curry paste. This paste is vibrant and green and great to use in stir fries to make yourself a quick curry sauce. For this recipe, you will need a handful of garlic cloves, 5 kaffir lime leaves, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder, 5 lemongrass stalks, 5 centimeters of ginger root, 2 onions, 300 milliliters of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of salt, and 8 green chilies. These are coming out of the freezer and look a bit grimy, but they are perfectly fine. And lastly, of course, the main ingredient, the coriander plant, 1 big bushel with its roots and 1 entire bushel without the roots. Wash the roots very well and remove any wilted leaves and dirt. This is a little tedious, but trust me, the roots bring an extra boost of flavor to this paste. Plus, if you are looking for a no-waste recipe, then this is it. In Asian recipes, it is a requisite for any curry paste. Alright, so all good curry pastes start in a pestle and mortar, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop some of these ingredients up quite roughly. Then we're going to pound them in the pestle and mortar. Then we're going to transfer all of it into a wok with a nice amount of coconut oil. We're going to give that a good, good frying so that all those aromas can really come out. And then at the very end, we're going to blitz through some more fresh leaves of coriander. And then we're going to pop it into a little jar and cover it with oil. The pounding of the herbs releases more of the aroma and is a therapeutic act in itself, where you manually transform the plant into a fragrant paste. I believe smelling the aromatic oils is not only healthy, but a true pleasure as well. After pounding the stems and roots into a paste, move them into a separate bowl and start the pounding of the garlic, green chilies and 5 centimeters of finely chopped up ginger root. Continue the pounding until it becomes a rough paste. And here we have another chance to get rid of some suppressed anger. I just had some chili pop into my eye. I'm alive. I was actually thinking about who am I angry at, and then I did sort of think of an instance there, but maybe I'm not allowed to be angry with that person, and that person has like spied me back with some chili in my eye. Maybe somebody's talking to me from up above. Don't harbor any anger, guys. Let it go. Forgive and forget. Or, I don't know, maybe forgive and never forget. One of those two. Now, if you're a little bit more lazy, or if you don't have a pestle and mortar, you can also just do this with the VEGGIE mix. Once this has become a paste, remove it from the pestle and move on to the lemongrass and lime leaves. The finer the better, the less pounding you will need to do. I'm gonna keep these. We can pop this into a curry if you're making one the same day for more fragrance. This is too stringy to still pound as well. All right. Should have done this in prep, but the next step is to just quickly chop up your onions quite roughly. The onions are just going to add a little sweet kick to this whole thing, and they're also going to act as a filler. Time to move to the stove. Heat up the coconut oil in the wok and add in the onions. Fry the onions for about 4 minutes before adding in the paste. Fry again for about 4 minutes and then add in the dried cumin and turmeric while continuously stirring to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. Add in the salt and saute for another 7 to 8 minutes. Once the paste is smelling very aromatic and the color has become sort of army green, take it off the stove and transfer it into a tall mixing glass. Blend the paste until smooth. Then start adding in the fresh coriander leaves and soft stems of the bushel you used the roots of, plus another whole fresh bushel. Blend those into the paste until the paste is as smooth as possible. The curry paste can now be transferred into a clean sterile glass jar. Make sure to remove air pockets. This paste stores in the fridge for months on end. An unopened jar will keep for 4 months in the fridge. Once you open it, I would store it for no longer than 1 month, making sure that the top is always covered with oil. Another great fail-safe way to store these would be, of course, in the freezer. There they would store for up to 6 months. We use this the same way a classic Thai green curry paste is used. I usually use about 2 heaped tablespoons for 1 big vegetable or meat curry dish for the whole family, which is made with either normal cream or coconut cream every now and then. Fish sauce and fresh lemon juice elevate this dish at the very end, so be sure to add that. One of the tricks I use is adding the first tablespoon of curry paste at the beginning of the cooking and then another one towards the end to elevate freshness. Hi guys, I'm just doing a quick intermezzo in this video to talk to you about our main sponsor, which is ourselves. And we have a retreat coming up in June, and we also already planned retreats for 2026. So if you feel like cooking with us, the farming chefs in Portugal, be sure to check that out. I'm going to leave the link below. That was it. Back to the video. Second up, recipe number 2, we are making some zhoogh, which is a condiment made by cooking coriander with garlic and chilies. It is super simple and it increases the shelf life incredibly long. So this is great on things like falafel, hummus, grilled meats. You can spread it on a sandwich. Super versatile, super tasty, and a little spicy. The ingredients for this recipe are 3.5 cups of olive oil, 16 cloves of garlic, 8 red chilies, and 8 bushels of fresh coriander stems and leaves. The instructions are super simple. Just mix together all the ingredients in a blender with the oil. Then move that paste into a pan and on a low heat cook it until there is no more water in the hole. You will recognize this moment because it will stop to hiss. That whole process is a continuous 10-minute stirring. Don't walk away from the pan as the bottom will burn. Once that is done, quickly remove it from the pan so it does not burn. Move the now ready zhoogh in a clean glass jar and close the lid. You can keep this in the fridge for months. The oil will set if you keep it cold, so take it out of the fridge if you need it at room temperature at least 30 minutes before using. We sprinkle this as a flavor booster on loads of different things. Here I popped it onto a chickpea stew with some more fresh coriander. The taste is spicy and nutty and super delicious. This is a great way to get rid of an excess of coriander if you have it in the most delicious manner. Last but not least, time to get a little sweet and not too sour. This is a cashew and coriander spread. This is a recipe that we came up with that we use to eat on our rye bread in the morning, and it's something you can, make salads more interesting with. You can spread it on a luxury sandwich. You could even mix it into some cooked foods, but I like to eat it just as such on a piece of rye bread, and it's absolute delight. Just like the zhoogh, this recipe is very simple. You need 2 big bushels of coriander, leaves and stems, 300 grams of cashew nuts, 1 centimeter of ginger root, 1/4 cup of olive oil, some salt, the juice of half a lemon, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Chop up the coriander very finely and roughly chop up the cashew nuts as well. Then combine these into a bowl with almost all of the olive oil and add the finely chopped up ginger root, the juice and flesh of half a lemon and the honey. With a wand mixer, now give it a few pulses to mix part of the mixture together. Leave some of the cashew nuts chunky for texture in the spread. Then mix with a spoon and add the final part of olive oil. Taste and season with some more lemon or salt if needed. This chunky spread can now be transferred into a clean sterile jar. In the fridge, this keeps for a couple of weeks, though the taste does change a little as the coriander loses its initial fresh punch. Great for breakfast on a piece of dense rye bread. A boost of antioxidants, protein, vitamins, and let's be real, pure joy. What's up, dogs? What up? All right, the dogs, move it. So those are 3 of our coriander recipes. We have many more in our repertoire, so if you like these, do drop a comment in the video below and I will make more videos on the topic. Oh, Kado, leave it. You're wreaking mayhem. Get out of here. Let's get serious. So if you like this video and you would like to see more coriander recipes, just drop that in the comments below and we'll be sure to make another one. We're compiling a little list of things that people want to see us preserve and cook with. So if you have anything that you're struggling with, just drop it in the comments below and we will make a video on it. If you in the meantime want to check out another video, here is one on how to preserve a fresh basil. And if you never want to waste an orange in your life again, go check out this video. The recipes are on our website. As always, you can find them in the description below. See you on the next one. The Farming Chefs, peace out.